echar de menos. Echar de menos. Echar de menos. What does this mean? What does this mean? Echar right here, this verb over here. By the way, it's a verb. FYI, it's a verb. This has a few meanings. It means to throw, okay? To throw, like, you know, if you are throwing something literally, you can, it means to throw out as well, to pour in some situations. It's like you know, like an informal way to ask to pour something. But it's quite interesting. This verb is really interesting, and it's a part of the phrase. De menos. De means of or from, right? De, and also we have menos right here. Menos. Menos means less. Okay, less, fewer. So what are we talking about here? Because we have this sentence, echar de menos, this phrase, and it doesn't make much sense if we translate it literally. So the meaning of this phrase is, let's see what we have here. It means to miss someone. You know, if you miss someone, oh my God, I miss you so much, that kind of situation, you can use echar de menos. Echar de menos. Keep in mind that you have to know the conjugation of the verb echar if you want to use this phrase. So this phrase is very similar to the Spanish verb extrañar. Okay, so it's just a different way to say, you know, to miss someone. So just keep that in mind. Now, echar is a regular verb, so it follows the, you know, the grammatical conjugation, all the conjugation, then the rules, grammatical rules, and all of that. So don't worry about, oh my God, does it have a peculiar conjugation? No, you can conjugate echar just like you conjugate any other regular Spanish verb. Yo echo, tú echas, él echa, and so on. Okay, so that's good to know for sure. Now, let's look at some examples using this interesting phrase. The first example is, te eché de menos. Te eché de menos. Por eso tenía que llamarte. Te eché de menos. Por eso tenía que llamarte. We have the phrase we're learning right over here. Okay. Eché de menos. Present tense. Okay, so keep that in mind. And also, technically, you're saying yo te eché de menos. So that means, you know, you don't need yo. You can say it, but you don't need it all the time. And just keep in mind also that you need these, you know, pronouns me, te, se, nos, os, okay? So reflexive pronouns, keep that in mind because you're gonna need them. Yo te eché de menos. Por eso tenía que llamarte. Let's look at the meaning of this phrase. Okay, the meaning is, I miss you. That's why I had to call you. I missed you. That's why I had to call you. This is a very good sentence because, I mean, those things happen. You miss people, right? So it's good to express that. Te eché de menos means I miss you. Okay, I missed you. So te in this situation means, oops, my arrows. Oh my goodness. Means you, okay? And yo is not there. Yo means obviously I. Yo te eché de menos. You don't need it. And eché de menos, we conjugated this verb here, echar, present tense, past tense. Yo te eché de menos. I missed you. Okay, so this whole phrase means missed. Eché de menos, missed. Okay, so that part is very clear. Now, the rest. Por eso, por eso, por eso. I love this little phrase because it means that's why. So if you want to say why you did something or why you felt in a certain way, you can use por eso, por eso. That's why. That's why, dot, dot, dot. We have tenía, yo tenía. We don't need yo. We can drop yo. And tenía means I had. Okay? I had. When you add que right after tener, because tenía comes from the verb tener, which means to have. Tenía is present tense. I had. Yo tenía. If you want to add more to the phrase, to the sentence, then it's a common thing to do. Adding que is a common thing to do because you add more to what you have to say. Tenía que, that means I had to. Okay. Que means what and that, but in English, you use to have to do something, right? In Spanish, tenía que or tener que, okay? So just keep that in mind. And that is similar to saying I had to, tenía que, and then you add the rest. Llamarte, 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 llamar, that's a verb and it means to call. Okay, to call. And when you add the pronoun te, okay, te, reflexive pronoun, that means you. You can see it right here as well, and it means you, reflexive pronouns. Te, me, le, nos, os. Okay, so just keep that. I'm saying that a lot. Keep that in mind. That you have to use those reflexive pronouns. Te eché de menos, por eso tenía que llamarte. I missed you, that's why I had to call you. Okay, now we know how to use echar de menos in a situation. Echar de menos, to miss. We have another example that I want to show you. And let's see what we have. Okay. Me echaste de menos. Me echaste de menos. That's a good question. That's a good question. Me echaste de menos. You can ask this to someone if you want to say, did you miss me? A common question, huh? It's a common question. Me echaste de menos. Did you miss me? So let's break this down and let's see how this easy question works. Me means me. Okay? Me, me. So, the same spelling. They have the same spelling. So it's easy to remember. Echaste, echaste, tú echaste. We don't need tú. We need only the verb echaste, echaste. And that means Well, the whole phrase, rather, echaste de menos. Yeah, that's what we're learning right now. Echaste is present tense as well. And echaste, me echaste de menos means did you miss me? Okay, we don't need tú, the personal pronoun tú, which means you. Okay, even I would say to not even use it at all in that question, because if you want to try to use it, for example, tú me echaste de menos, it sounds a bit weird in Spanish. So when you just want to ask, did you miss me? You ask like this, me echaste de menos? We don't need you. We don't need you because we have the verb and it's conjugated for the personal pronoun tú, you, right? So that's how you know that what you're talking about. Because in Spanish, you pretty much look at the verb conjugation and then you know, oh, okay, so you're referring to I, you, he, she, and so on, we, they. Obviously, personal pronouns, sometimes you need them to be specific, to clarify something, but you don't need them all the time. And this is a clear case, a very good example of that. Me echaste de menos? Did you miss me? Now, if you want to change this to, let's say, future tense, right? Let's change it to future tense. You can change this to me echarás. Me echarás de menos. Me echarás de menos. And this means, will you miss me? Okay, so we can see that we need to conjugate the verb echar if you want to use this phrase, this common phrase. Obviously, if you want to keep it simple, you can just use the verb extrañar. Okay, yo te extraño, tú te extrañas. No, you cannot say tú te extrañas. It's like saying you miss yourself. But you know what I mean. Yo te extraño. I miss you. Ella me extraña. She misses me. Okay. And you still need to use the reflexive pronouns if you want to use this verb, of course. But if you want to spice it up a little bit, if you want to add more to your Spanish vocabulary, you can use the phrase echar de menos. Echar de menos, and that means also to miss. Very good. Very good. I really like this phrase, definitely.